Yo, how are you? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending from where you're watching from this video. My name is Lawrence. I go by the name it's Lorelari on YouTube. Today, I am happy to be with you and to run this vlog and just share with you good things or bad things that are happening. I'm a content creator. As I do it as just to vlog on things here and there. I mostly focus on vlogs touching on what we call hypothetical theories. Like what I want to talk about today is about hypothesis, and I also do videos with travel vlogs, lifestyle, health, and all that. So today I just want to mention something, but before I mention that, I trust you've been doing well. I want to appreciate all you, my subscribers, that have always come through to support me. The ones especially who have subscribed to this channel, I don't take you for granted. And I really appreciate what you're doing to my channel. Even the silent viewers, the ones who view me in silent and they don't say anything, I still appreciate you. But just in case you haven't come across this channel, it's your first time, feel free to just go ahead and subscribe and even share this video to your friends, relatives, comrades, and the people you hang around with, and tell them that there's a guy here called it's Larry who does some content creation and who speaks about the things that I've already highlighted. And if they are interested, allow them to just support me. The hustle is real, and we are doing it. So I'm shooting this video from East Africa, Kenya, right from my office where I work. And today I have a special topic that we want to discuss, guys. And that topic, let me just actually set my camera right so that we are able to converse with you very well. So guys, today there's something that I've been pondering for a very long time, and I have just come to want to talk about it and actually discover things about it and actually share with you, so that if you have anything that you can add or you feel it's necessary to add, don't hesitate, just feel free to talk about it or comment or share or tell us any knowledge you know about it. So I have a book with me. This book I have been just trying to research and do some write-ups with regard to the topic that I want to talk about today. And the topic is none other than, before I tell you the topic, let me tell you about the time here. The time here is about 5:31 p.m. It's from the city, Nairobi, Kenya. Right from the city. It's 5:31 East African time. So guys, the topic that I want to talk about, I actually mentioned about it in my past videos. I've been wanting to talk about it, but everything we normally say, God's timing is the best. And here is the time that we want to discuss and have a conversation about it. And the topic is actually about witchcraft. It's very funny, it's very weird topic to discuss about, but as a person, as a philosopher, as a thinker, as a critical and creative thinker, sometimes I just find myself thinking about things. I myself, I don't believe in witchcraft, but it's good to talk about it because it's been mentioned even in the holy books. Therefore, it means it exists. So we cannot wish it away. We just have to speak about it. So, as I was doing my research and trying to do some write-ups, I came about some definitions, and some of the things they were saying that witchcraft is a practice that involves sorcery. It involves sorcery, divination, and also any attempt to manipulate or commune with spirits. And we all know spirits can be, it's believed that spirits can be, or they come from a god somewhere. Whether it's a true god, a supernatural god, or another god somewhere. So it's believed that is that practice that involves sorcery and divination and the attempt to communicate or manipulate through spirits that come from a god somewhere, which are considered, they are normal, those spirits are normally considered detestable and rebellious acts against the same god. So any spirit that involves it's rebellious against a god somewhere is considered as the practice of witchcraft, but it involves a lot of sorcery. So for us to even understand what witchcraft is, technically or probably we may have to find out what sorcery is, or what is that divination, or even maybe we may have to also find out what are spirits, because these things we first of all have to understand them before we even conclude or comment or make our own conclusions. So from my research, I think I found out that sorcery is the use of magic, especially this one will shock you guys. They have said specifically sorcery is the use of magic, especially black magic. So black people do not come here and kill me. It seems the whites or the other races do not use sorcery, but they have said especially. So for my take, it means those other maybe white people, those other, what do you call them, races, they use sorceries. They are witchcraft. They practice witchcraft, but they are saying on this one specifically, it's especially for the black magic. So we will try, maybe we'll discuss another day what is black magic. But they are saying sorcery is the use of magic. We all know what is the meaning of magic, especially black magic. But simply, for me, it simply means divining. You know, divining, it's a process of using some spiritual energy to divine or to talk to them, and therefore come up with the divination. So in that process, we are trying to also define what is the meaning of divination. But according to me, in the African contemporary society, especially the ancient African contemporary society, there was a lot of using of I think these rituals, all of them fall in the process of sorcery and trying to do what, talk to spirits by use of sorcery and just becoming rebellious against the Lord. And these are well-known practices that used to happen in Africa. We all know very well. I think that's why they are saying especially black magic. Black magic means black, from black people, from Africa, where we come from. So if you read books according to the ancient practices, there was a lot of rituals that used to take place. And even they still take place to date in Africa. I'm talking about Africa because it's the one which is leading in terms of rituals. Other races, other places, other continents, the use of rituals, but it's not so much as it is in Africa. And that's where I want you to get me right, guys. So yeah, so that is it. That's what they are saying. So there was the application of rituals or actions meant to manipulate people. And even before the coming of religion in Africa, Africans, if we read in books, in historical books or philosophical books, they used to practice their religion by use of a lot of rituals, a lot of manipulation. And that's why maybe they are talking so much about the definition of witchcraft, as I've said. They have mentioned sorcery, and they have mentioned they have defined sorcery as a means of magic manipulation, especially black magic. So where this black magic comes, it comes from Africa, because we all know even the religions that Africans are practicing now, it's an inherited religion. But if you go back to what they used to practice, that practice was African, and it was with a lot of rituals, with a lot of manipulation and beliefs. Until when the two major religion came to Africa, which is Christianity and Islam. That is where we had the whole game changer. Otherwise, there was the use of a lot of practice, and which still happens today in some communities, but we thank God, we appreciate the coming in of the foreign religions that tried to put us into perspective with what is supposed to be done right, especially the holy books, the Bible, and even the Quran. We have many other religions that take place in Africa, but I'll speak about the ones I know, especially Christianity, because I'm a Christian myself. So moving forward, so the practice that involves sorcery, divination, and attempts to manipulate or commune with spirits which are not from God, it is the perfect definition of what witchcraft is. So if you are using any practice, any sorcery, any divination, any attempts to manipulate or commune with a spirit that is not directly from God, then you are practicing witchcraft. So that's what witchcraft means. And divination, what is divination? Divination is just a spiritual or let me say supernatural way of seeking. Let me adjust my camera very well. It's just a supernatural or spiritual way of seeking knowledge, and therefore through divine means, like you are using spiritual means to seek knowledge. That is what it means by divination or a divine interventions, you know. So, and when we come and talk about that divination, especially when we come back to that part of Africanism and sorcery and black magic, there is something that is called, I know many Africans can relate, something that is called necromancy. Necromancy is the process of consulting the dead. In Africa, and even I think even in other parts of the world, there's a way people believe in the spirit of the dead. And therefore, they believe when a person has died, the spirit remains. Like there's a spirit that exists that can be consulted. And that's what we call necromancy. And therefore, when we talk about divination in that definition of witchcraft, which is coming out very profoundly, it means consulting the dead is one way of also just communing with spirits that are not from God. Because it's believed once a person is dead, the spirit is there, but it doesn't come from God. That's a dead spirit. So when you consult them, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Just to ask about that question. You are consulting with the dead spirits. You are practicing necromancy. And necromancy means communing with spirits which are not from God, and therefore you are a witchcraft. You are a witch. You are practicing witchcraft, and therefore you are a witch. And that's why they are talking so much about black magic. Hey, I don't know, but we have read in books. Did you know, guys, we have some communities in Africa that believe in the dead spirit? For example, if you have a dead relative that you lost many years ago, we have some communities that still consult those dead relatives' spirits. If they want to do something, they have to consult the dead spirits. I'll give you a critical example. I have seen many people, especially in Africa, because I have not been around the world so much to talk about the other world. So let me just speak about what I know. We have seen some people, when they are indulging, like merrymaking, or indulging in the uptake of even traditional alcohol, or even alcohol from public spaces like the bar. Before they take alcohol, they have to consult the spirit. And how do they consult the spirit? Guys, you'll be shocked. Let me tell you this. They pour some little amount of alcohol to Mother Earth. When they pour that little amount of alcohol to Mother Earth, is one way of trying to appease the spirits. Reason being, if you don't appease the spirits by pouring some alcohol to Mother Earth, because it's from this narrative that when you die, you all were made from clay, which is from Mother Earth, which is from the ground. So it's believed that when you die, you go back to the ground, or to Mother Earth. You are buried in the ground where you came from. So what does that mean? Pouring some a little amount of liquor to appease the spirits. It means when you pour down on Mother Earth, you are trying to appease the spirits in a way that alcohol will not, after you indulge in that alcohol, you will not find yourself in much problem. For example, you won't become so much drunk to a level that clearly they say alcohol impairs your reasoning, and alcohol is intoxication. It's actually a drug. So what does that mean? The drug can have an effect on your body, and therefore you may end up staggering and even falling down. You may end up making wrong decisions because your brain is already impaired when that alcohol is already diffused into your body, into your system. Therefore, you have impaired thinking. You have intoxicated yourself. You have it's prone to some kind of diseases, including I heard somewhere that alcohol can lead to brain atrophy. It can also lead to liver cirrhosis, conditions like that. It can lead to it's one of the major causes of hypertension, and so many other diseases. And therefore, by you pouring some little amount of illicit, okay, not illicit, just the drink down, you are trying to appease the dead spirits. And these dead spirits are great ancestors who passed on long time ago, and they used to use the types of drinks. So that is one way of practicing necromancy, trying to consult the dead. So what it means also is And I saw it somewhere, it's actually a serious belief. But these days or currently, those beliefs are being overtaken by events. People are now changing. They stopped believing in them so much. But I'm just telling you over things that used to happen a couple of years ago, like 2 decades, and if it's still being practiced in some cultures these days, it's not as rampant as it used to be, like 2 decades ago or a decade ago. And in some places, it's still actually so rampant that they have not even come out of it. So that is just a critical example I have given out, so that we understand the process of appeasing the spirits that don't come from God, and the meaning of necromancy, which is a great precipitator of the meaning of witchcraft. Or when somebody calls you are a witch, it means that's what they mean according to that just the definition that I have just highlighted. Now, moving forward, as a person, I told you I do a lot of vlogs in terms of philosophical hypotheses, whether it is null or it's not null hypothesis. I just do them. So what we do, they're supposed to form as we are supposed to use these philosophical theories as a way of learning, believing, or just comment in my comment section. Tell me what do you think, or what happens in where you come from. If you're coming from abroad, those other continents, here in the Sunshine Continent, these things are still happening, and witchcraft happens. And it's believed that some of these spirits are so strong to the point that when you go against them, some people are culturalized with them such that if you go against them, you suffer. You suffer pain, you suffer damage, including death. It is that serious, guys. Some people still practice these rituals to an extent. If you fail or you miss to participate in them, you suffer damage to an extent of losing a life. And this ritual and spiritual consultation and necromancy and practices and sorcery and divination happens through these 3 stages of life. And this is especially, I say it especially in Africa. I don't know about those other places, but I know this still happens. It happens during birth, when a person is born, during occasions like marriage, and lastly, during death. Some rite of passage processes. You see, when you are born, they practice these rituals and divination. And when you are a living human being, there are several rites of passage that people go through. For instance, we have like marriage practices is a rite of passage, maybe to some communities. Circumcision, for instance, is a rite of passage. We have other rites of passage in African contemporary societies. So these consultations of spirits that do not come from God takes place in those 3 areas of life: during birth, during marriages and other rites of passages, when a person is alive, and during death. But the funny ones that are so critical, they happen during death. We know very well, for especially this video should actually go to, I know a big majority from Africans will agree or disagree with me. Will agree with me, but the ones who will disagree, I know they are my subscribers from the foreign continents like Asia, America, North and South America, and Europe. Although even them, they have a way that they practice these things. They have a way which might not be so much detrimental like the way it is in Africa. In Africa, when a person is dead, there's a lot that happens. And when a child is born, I've seen so many practices that happens in Africa when a child is born that do not happen in those other continents. So in this sunshine continent, for instance, when a child is born in Africa, they are ordained, depending on the gender of the child, whether it's female or male, they are ordained into society. And woe unto you in Africa, your child is born with deformity. I swear, many communities, not all, but a good number of, out of 100%, like over 75% believe that is bad omen. And therefore, rituals have to take place. Just a mere condition out of birth deformity, like a congenital malformation of a child. We still have a lot of Africans who believe that is associated with a lot of bad omen. And therefore, they tend to associate it with witchcraft. Okay? And in some African communities, when a child is born, there are, for example, shaving of a child is a ritual that takes place. It's an occasion. It's actually a whole activity. It may not be harmful, but it's a whole ritual. For example, some chicken have to be slaughtered, an animal has to be slaughtered, something we don't see from the other parts of the world. So in short, by the time they say sorcery, is the use of magic, especially black magic, is in relationship to what I'm saying. Not to deny that it's not happening in a different format in those other continents apart from Africa, but to bring you to the assertion that witchcraft is a practice that involves sorcery, divination, and any attempt to manipulate or commune with any spirit that is not coming from God. It may be coming from a particular God that is not the true supernatural. We all know there is a God who is supernatural. That is for a fact. That is something that we cannot run away from. That is the truth. That is the reality. So, that is just but an example I've given up. I've given out in terms of during birth, during some occasions in life, especially in the rite of passage, and also during death. Now, the worst is during death. During death is now even the worst. And this can be typically observed on how, let's say, Africans carry out how they handle themselves during death, burial, and all that process. What happens? Many Africans, they practice those rituals, and even those ones who live abroad, you'll find out that when they have lost one of their loved ones, they'll have to make sure they transport that dead person from abroad and come and bury in Africa. Why are they doing that? As if there's no like cemeteries or burial spaces there abroad. because it's an African thing. Okay? And that's why I gave you the other example of drinks, like when there's a merry making somewhere, when people maybe brew or are indulging in some intoxicating drinks like alcohol. Many or a good number practice rituals by appeasing the dead spirits. And also in Africa, that a dead spirit is a serious spirit that people relate with. Some people even believe some of their misfortunes is because they have not appeased some spirits somewhere. Okay? So, having said that, guys, now my take, because I'm a philosopher in a way, self-proclaimed. But I look at, as I said, I look at things critically and creatively. So, personally, I really want to thank the coming in of maybe religion in Africa. The person who brought religion in Africa really helped. Whatever it is, whoever brought it, I look at it as something that is that is being used to shape the way a society behaves, the habits, the beliefs, the things we believe, that we treasure, and all that. Because initially, from what I have talked about, you think about it like that sorcery could be a mind altering substance, or we can put it as is spiritism or magic, or something that is just seen as trying to attempt to gain power or knowledge from demonic sources rather than from God. So my take on that statement is, and my take in general from witchcraft is, witchcraft is demonic. Yes, I just said it. For me, witchcraft is demonic, and it's something that should be abolished, or it's something that if you find something doing in the name of sorcery and divination and manipulation, or communing with the spirits that are not from God, then it means it's a demonic practice. And I'll be honest to you, we have heard stories here in Africa that sorcery and witchcraft has caused people pain. People have lost their loved ones through witchcraft. People have lost their loved ones through sorcery. And the funny thing is, I also tend to believe, this is my own belief, it could be right, it could be wrong. For you to appease these spirits, for you to use these spirits to bewitch somebody or to witch hunt somebody, it must be somebody that you share close relationship. Okay? So, if I tend to believe a witch, a person who bewitches another one, or a witchcraft, it must be somebody that is so close to you. A person who bewitches you is not somebody who is far away from you. And by being close to you means this: somebody who knows you, let me use the word inside and outside. He knows all your flaws, he knows all your secrets. That is the person. If you hear somebody saying a person has been bewitched, the first person or the first place to check should just be that person that is closer to you, or that person who knows anything about you and everything about you. And therefore, who could be this person? So according to my thinking, a person who bewitches another is either a relative by blood, that is the number one witch who can bewitch another one. Number two, should be a friend, close friend. Number three, a person who is close to you in terms of what you do, whether it's a work-related colleague. Yeah, let me say, the first one is your relative, close relatives, or just generally a relative. The second one is your close, or just say friend. And the last one is your colleague, because your colleague knows you. Your colleague knows everything about you. Your friend knows everything about you. For him or her to be a friend, technically it means they know so much about you. And then, of course, lastly, your close relative. A relative is a person you are related to by blood, genetically, and in scientifically you are related. Therefore, this person, by virtue of relationship, they are so close to you. Okay? Yeah. And maybe what we can say about what the holy books could be talking about, it is something that is supposed to be, is not godly. If you believe in a God somewhere, if you believe in a supernatural being, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the maker of mankind, the person who makes you breathe, you have no reason becoming a witch. And therefore, any witch is not related or is not practicing any holy spiritual belief somewhere, be it Christianism, be it Islamism, be it Buddhism. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. That was just something I thought I can speak about. Do not misquote me. Just I said I do philosophical theories, whether null or not null, and I do travel vlogs, I do lifestyle content, and health content. You can hear those birds. It's getting late. It's about 6 minutes past 6. So there are some birds that have been making a lot of noise outside. So it's getting dark. Maybe let me show you. It's evening time outside. How it looks like. That's how it looks like. So what I'm saying is, just support me, guys. I really love you so much. You are. I don't take you for granted. I only have barely about 130 something subscribers, but I treasure you so much. So just do me a favor. Just go and put a comment if you are a subscriber. My over 100 and something subscribers. Try and put a comment on my video. Just tell me something. Of course, leave a sweet comment. I'll really appreciate. And for the ones who have not subscribed to this channel and you're coming around it for the first time, I'm humbly asking you to subscribe. Also like the videos that I do, and if possible, by God's grace, you can share my videos so that they reach out to many people, they subscribe. Other than that, I'll continue talking about philosophical things going forward. We are done with witchcraft. What do you think in the comment section? You can also say what you think. And then we are continuing this with this for some time. In the next video, I'll bring something very intriguing. So follow me for more. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate. Have yourself a fantastic evening, night, morning, or afternoon. Bye. Ciao.